Hey everyone, it's Caito, and today we are back playing some more Palworld. I'm super excited today because we're actually going to be finishing the interior of my first base. I've already done about half of this base, and I have that in a whole separate video. So if you're interested in that, I will have that linked down in the description. I'll also have it up in the cards for you. So go and check that out if you haven't already. But now we have to do the other half, and I feel like I've gathered enough resources at this point. I've unlocked enough of the different furniture that I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot. I think that we can finish this. As I've been coming in and out of my base over the last week or so, I've been kind of trying to envision in my head a couple things that I want. And one thing that I definitely want is a little loft area. I think that's going to be the best way for me to fit multiple different spaces in here and also just add a little bit of variation because right now it's just all like open floor plan. There isn't too much going on. I want it to feel cozy and inviting as much as I can anyway. So I think I'm going to do a loft area, maybe have another bed up there, and then I'm thinking I'll put a living room underneath that. And I'm just going to kind of see where it goes from there. So to create this loft area, I've actually had to destroy the roof. Then I've placed down some flat roofing pieces that actually double as the flooring of the second tier. Then I had to redo the roof, redo the walls, but now we're here. I've added some stairs. We're good. We can start decorating this little loft section. Now, because this isn't going to be a very big space, it's definitely not going to be something that's super realistic. Like you wouldn't actually have just a bed sitting here right next to the edge and no railing or anything like that. But I think it'll be cute. I'm going to put down a rug and then I'm just going to place the bed as close to the wall as I can. I don't know why I'm so attached to this idea. I just really love the concept of having this loft area. And I think in future base builds, I'll probably do more of this kind of stuff where it's different layers of the base. But for my first one, I wanted to keep the actual structure, especially on the inside, super simple. And I think I've done that. I ended up putting a bench right next to the bed and I've added a couple different plants, the flower arrangement, and now I'm adding my first official light to this room and I'm so excited about it. I had to get all of the different materials. You need so much stuff to do this, but I'm really excited to finally have light inside this base. It looks so good. And it actually lights up a pretty large amount in here. I'm going to put 2 of them. I should probably eventually put some on the other side, but I just don't have enough electric organs yet. And I don't feel like going back to buy more of them, so I'm just gonna do 2. One thing that I really don't like is that I have to climb all the way to the roof just to build this thing, but it's fine. I can just sit on top of the roof and build it, no big deal. I don't think that I'm completely finished with the loft area yet, but I don't know exactly what else I want to put up there. So I'm going to move to the other side of the room. And another idea that I've been toying with is I really want to make a kitchen. But it's hard to make a kitchen because we really don't have kitchen stuff per se. So I have this wooden counter that is typically supposed to be facing outward as more of like a bar section, but I'm actually going to turn it backwards and have it double as like kitchen cabinetry. And then it's just going to be out into the open to kind of make it look like it's an actual built-in kitchen set. It's not going to be perfect, but I think I'm going to be able to make it work. I'm going to make this left-hand side of the kitchen set a bar area. Just going to place the bar stools down. I'm obviously going to be adding house plants all around. I just like the way that they fill space. I think they're perfect for almost any area. And I love, love, love the fact that you can stack them on top of pretty much anything. I'm also going to be putting some of these wooden decorative wall shelves here. I think I'm going to use 2 of them and just kind of offset them just to add a little bit more interest to this bare wall right here. I also think it kind of adds to the kitchen vibes of this section. And then right behind the kitchen counter, there is this blank space on the wall. And we do have this wooden wall shelf cabinet, so I think that's going to fit perfectly right here. And again, it's just going to be more cabinets and giving me more of that kitchen vibe that I'm looking for. I did go ahead and add some more plants on the right hand side to kind of block that edge of the cabinet. And now I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to put in this section right next to it. I know that I want it to be a dining area. I just don't know which dining table and how exactly I want it to be oriented. And the most frustrating part of this is I have to put down the rug first, even though I don't know exactly what I want to go here, because you can't put down a rug later. So I'm just gonna put down the rug and hope that I get it right. Otherwise, I'll have to destroy everything and build it again. I think I wanna go with the round table, just because I feel like I'm using a lot of square stuff in this space already. Plus, the rectangle table is just really, really big. I think the round table with a couple chairs around it, I think it'll be just enough to fill this space. I think it'll feel really cozy right here. In regards to the rugs as well, I'm also really struggling with the fact that we only have a couple different rug designs. I'm really hoping in a future update they'll give us either more rug options or just give us the ability to recolor things, because right now I'm using the same 4 rugs all over this house and it's starting to feel pretty redundant. It feels like a lot. I mean, we really don't have that much furniture. I love the stuff that we do have, but it's not a lot. So finding different ways to match these items together, trying to come up with different unique ways to pair them, I don't know, it's just becoming increasingly more difficult, I will say that. I placed the antique wardrobe over here. I felt like it kind of gave a china cabinet type of vibe. Plus, it's really tall. It added some height over here, which we really needed. And then I'm just gonna add some plants around it, of course. I'm also going to need to add some more vines on the wall as we go, so I do plan on doing that some too. We have this other tiny antique cabinet. It's kind of got like the books on top of it. And I just needed something small like this to fit in between the windows right here. I put some ivy right behind it. I'm trying out some different shelving on the walls right here, and I just really don't like the way any of it looks. Like, I like the idea of this shelf, I just don't love the color. Like the color, if the color of this matched the color of the cabinet underneath it, I think I would like it, but I don't like it right here. So we're gonna get rid of it. I've also been searching around trying to figure out a spot to put these curtains, and I don't understand the curtains. Can someone fill me in on how we're supposed to be using these? Because as of right now, I have not figured it out yet. I cannot get them to place and look good anywhere. Okay, next step is trying to figure out what I'm going to place in front of this kind of kitchenette area. I wish that we had something that I could double as an island, but so far I haven't found anything that I really like the way that it looks. So this is where the illusion of our kitchen, I feel like, is going to shift a little bit. I think I might just be using a tiny table right here or something like that. I'm not positive exactly what, but we're gonna figure it out. I'm going to add another one of these rugs that I feel like I've already used 2 or 3 times in this house, but I do think it needs a rug, so we are gonna put one here. And I really like this antique round table, so I'm going to put it kind of catty corner right here and just see what this looks like. Okay, I've got the table. I added 2 little stools right here. I actually think it looks kind of cute. I mean, I don't know why you would have a table right here with little stools in the middle of your kitchen, but given the options that I have, I like it. I'm just kind of going around now, adding some different plants, adding some more stools around. Sometimes I can work in one area and just kind of design one space, but then other times I just kind of go around and do different stuff. Like I'll just see a spot and I'm like, oh, I know the perfect thing that's gonna go right there. I'm gonna put a stool with a plant on top of it. And then I'll have to go over there right then and do it, or I'm gonna forget later. So my design process is a little bit all over the place. Okay, I think this little area is coming along. It looks really cute. I wish we could put some ivy hanging from the roof, but I know that we can't do that as of right now. I think that would look really nice though. One thing that I'm trying to figure out is if there's any way for me to add just a little bit more separation between these 2 rooms. I don't know if it's adding a bookshelf here or what I'm gonna put right here, but it's just almost too open concept, and without enough furniture, I don't know. I just think it needs something. I just haven't figured out what. While I was trying to figure that out, I did find this tiny little dresser table, and I think it would look cute as an entryway table, so I'm going to put that over here really quick. I do think I'm going to give myself a break from the kitchen and dining area, and I have this tiny nook that I didn't have in the last video because I changed the roofing of this house a little bit, and I had to extend the back of the house back one. So I don't think this nook exists in the previous version of this base, but now I just have this small little area and I thought it would work perfectly for a bathroom. So I'm gonna place down a rug, and then I think I'm just gonna put the basics in here: tub, toilet, sink, and that's basically it. For whatever reason, this antique washstand, like the little vanity sink thing, will not get close enough to this wall. And it looks ridiculous because it's got this mirror and little towel hanger and these lamps that just stick out away from the wall, but it won't go right next to the wall. So I'm just gonna have to deal with it. I'm hoping that if I put some of the ivy right behind it, it will kind of disguise that, but it just looks silly. There's a huge gap. Okay, I put some ivy behind it. I'm gonna put this braided basket right here next to it. I don't know what else I can do. I mean, it just is what it is, and I don't think I can get it any closer. So I have the bathtub down, we've got the toilet, and now I have this towel rack, and then I think I have a little toilet paper thing too. I'm just gonna put all of that stuff in here. I think this is a cute, tiny little space. It was super easy to put together. I mean, there's not really any options for bathroom stuff, so you just kind of get what you get. And now that I have all of this stuff down, I am going to place an antique partition right here because, you know, we definitely need some privacy if we're in here going to the bathroom. So there is the bathroom complete. Again, like I said, super easy. There's really only a couple items that you can choose from. So, all right, now that I've finished that, I'm still not quite ready to continue tackling the kitchen. So I'm going to do the space underneath the loft area, and this is where the living room is going to be. I think this is the only rug that I haven't used yet in this house, and it's actually my favorite one, so I don't know why I haven't, other than not having the materials to do it until now. But so obviously I placed that down first, and I think I'm just going to have a basic seating area with these antique couches and chairs. I'm once again trying to figure out how to use the antique curtains, and I do not understand them. They will not place on any window on the first level, I guess, but that's where you would want them, right? I put the globe down in the corner and I really like that, and then I also added the little round table right in the middle. And now I'm placing this antique dresser along the wall. I really love the way this room is coming together. I don't know, it's pretty simple, but it was a nice little tiny living room space to decorate. Now, one thing I don't have in the house yet is a piano. And I think I may try to use the piano to separate the kitchen and the living room a little bit more. I don't know if it's gonna look good, but I'm gonna try it. All right, so we've got kind of the grand piano and then this tiny antique ottoman as a bench. And I think that looks so cute. I actually think it works. I think it just breaks up the spaces a little bit more. I think there's probably something else that would work better, but I just haven't been able to think of anything, so I'm gonna stick with the piano. Now I'm going back over to the living room and kind of the entryway and just adding some plants everywhere. My typical stool, this flowering plant, just all of the different variations of plants in multiple different pairings, changing up the different height variations, whether they're on a stool or on the ground. As I was scrolling through, I saw this antique mirror and I decided to add it into the dining room area. I think adding these mirrors around just gives it a little bit more visual interest. I like the little reflection that they add. And I just have a barrel with a plant behind it. I think it looks really cute right here. Okay, another spot that I do need to finish is the loft area. And I think what I've decided to do is I'm gonna just have some different storage kind of stuff up here. Maybe some different crates or barrels, plants, that kind of stuff. There's really not too much that can fit in this section right here. So I've placed some wooden crates and I'm just gonna add a bunch of plants. I really don't think this needs to be too fancy up here, just something to fill it up a little bit. Okay, cute. I like the crates, I like the plants, I think it looks good. I am going around adding some more of the wall ivy. I'm trying not to go too overboard. My fear is if I do too much, I'm not gonna like it. And then I'm gonna have to destroy the walls to take it down, and I do not want to do that. I thought this space right behind the grand piano was just a little bit too empty, so I am adding another globe over here. I think the other one in the other room is hidden enough that it's not too much globe. You know, like there are some items I feel like I can just use all over the place, and then there are some that I don't want to repeat too much. I think these two are far enough away. I think it's okay. I've been adding some more ivy into this living room area, adding some more house plants. I think it's all kind of coming together. I'm very happy with how this is looking. The one big spot that I'm kind of struggling with is just this open area right in the middle of the floor, kind of right next to the bar stools. I don't know. I just feel like there's not enough going on right there. And I think I'm gonna have to play around with what I can put in that section. All right, so I've started placing some different crates and barrels right here just to kind of make it feel like this cabinet is protruding out just a little bit more. And I think I like where this is going. Okay, I've added a bunch of plants right here, just adding even more to where I have the crate and barrels right here. I think it looks really good. It just needed that extra something to close off that space just a tiny bit more, and I think this worked. All right, finishing touches, I'm adding this bench and then one more house plant, and I think I'm done. All right, so here we are, the final interior of my house. The newest additions being this kitchen and dining room area. I think this side of the room looks so good. And then on the other side of the room, you have the living room down below, and then just a secondary bed loft area up top. We also have the bathroom area that we did today. Just a tiny, super cozy little space. And then we have the main living space and the master bedroom area, which I designed in a previous video. Again, I'll have that link down below. I hope y'all love this completed cozy base build. I had so much fun putting it together. I'm really hoping that we get more items in the future so I can continue to add to it. I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!